Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Ace ran the casino.
I am the boss.
Nicky ran the money.
I'm trying to make a living, that's all.
They shared a dream called Las Vegas
Look at this place. It's made of money.
that was just too good to last.
You didn't see that you were being set up?
Robert De Niro,
You buried me.
I buried you.
Sharon Stone,
Kill him.
Joe Pesci.
You only got 35 years. I'm gonna whack him for you.
A Martin Scorsese film, Casino, rated R. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
I don't think I watched the same movie.
Dude, I will say the trailer made me remember that the soundtrack for this movie was fantastic. Of course,
Yeah,
when your
the
movies have like a 6-day runtime, you can get a lot of good songs in there. But yeah. Not surprisingly, the soundtrack is a double disc because this was 3 hours long.
Yeah. No, it was a good soundtrack. That trailer made it sound like they really did work together. But as I watched it, I didn't feel like they were actually working together.
Oh, like you mean De Niro and Joe Pesci's characters?
Yeah. I mean, I know
like they were friends, but they had like completely different mafia jobs. But then they kept like getting in each other's way.
Right. That's why it was weird that they were like together. They're going to take down Casino.
Yeah, and I kind of regret that we didn't start the podcast in 1990 because I think if we had, we would have done Goodfellas. We did.
Yeah.
We did some 90 movies for Patreon, but we didn't get that many done.
Right.
And I was reading a lot of stuff where it's like Joe Pesci's playing the same guys in Goodfellas. Like, damn it, I wish I would have seen that recently so I could tell if that's the truth.
Can he play the same guy as he does in My Cousin Vinny? Because that's who I really want him to be.
I know, man.
Or even Home Alone.
Oh, God. I think he was using the same hairpiece as he was in My Cousin Vinny.
He's got herpes?
Hairpiece. His freaking piece was ridiculous. I was like,
I liked it.
Probably got brain cancer from the amount of glue they had to use to keep that thing in his head. Movie Life Crisis Season 5, Episode 21, the Martin Scorsese epic Casino.
Is it an epic?
I just mean in length.
Oh, right.
3 hours long. We were just complaining about this before we got on. Like, we both, like, Scorsese's great. Everyone loves Scorsese. Fine, whatever. But first of all, 2/3 of his movies are about the mob, and I don't have that much interest in the mob. I have like a 10% interest in the mob. And then almost all of them run 3 hours. Dude, I think I like it. I actually, like, the first hour of this movie, I was super into the, like, how the mafia started and then ran Vegas, especially in the, like, 1930s through, like, 1980s. I am fascinated by. I think it's so freaking cool, and I've read a bunch of books about that. I love it.
Right.
But then I was like, oh shit, we got 2 hours to go still. Damn it.
We're going to take a deep dive into that. No, we're really not. We're going to repeat the same thing. It felt,
Marty,
dude,
take it up a notch. I got stuff to do. I got a
I don't
family.
know. I kept thinking, like, boy, this is more like the craftsmanship. Undeniable. I get why Martin Scorsese is a great director, but it just seems more admirable than it is enjoyable for the whole. People are going to hate on us because, people feel a certain way about this movie and these type of movies. I don't want my Prius to blow up when I turn it on tomorrow morning, but it was too long for me. I got stuff I got to do.
I think everybody who really likes this podcast understands that me and you love Bye Bye Love, which is no one's ever heard of, and you cannot find anywhere in Casino. We're like, yeah, it was fun. It was a little long. Like, I think that's on brand. Like, we got our lane.
Exactly where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was good. It's great. I mean, in '95 when I had time to kill, I probably liked it a lot more. But I don't know that I watched it like back in the day. I have no recollection of it.
I definitely didn't remember this movie. There was a couple of lines that I heard in like Jay-Z songs because in the late 90s, all of those guys thought they were gangsters and they thought they were all mobsters and stuff like that. But, other than that, I didn't see it either. I didn't. I'm not even 10% into the mob. I don't get it.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't. This is. I was glad we did it for the podcast because I don't remember seeing it. It was a huge movie in '95, and it's got great people. And I think in '95 I was just like, what, a bunch of old people with weird hair. I don't want to watch that. And now I'm like, dude, I've never seen this. I like all the people in it. I'm kind of interested, and I'm glad that we did it. I probably will never watch it again. I can't imagine.
I don't think I would.
I'd be like, dude, we should watch Casino. You want to come over? I'm not gonna do
I'll
that.
ask off work.
Dude, do you want to watch Casino,
Yeah, we'll need it.
or do you want to watch Back to the Future 1 and 2, or Star Wars Episodes 4 and 5? Like, you pick.
Right. No, you're preaching to the choir on this one.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And I like all the guys, too. I just don't... The mob stuff doesn't do it for me.
It does do it for me, but it was more than I needed. But anyway, let's...
It was a lot of it. It sure was a lot of it.
Dude, give us a synopsis.
All right. A mob runs Vegas empire built on greed and control, inevitably eats itself alive. So it's built on greed and control. But by the way, who was I supposed to be pulling for in this movie?
I don't think there was a... I mean, I guess I'm supposed to pull for Robert De Niro because he's the narrator. Like, he's doing the voiceover.
Right.
The movie starts... First of all, it was an amazing open. The freaking title scene is his car blowing up and De Niro flying past you in the explosion.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. I guess him, but it's not like he's a nice guy or a good guy.
Right.
But I mean, freaking Scorsese.
Yeah.
I mean, are there...
I don't know.
Who am I pulling
always
for in The Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't know. Capitalism?
Yeah.
If so,
Jonah
you
Hill.
won.
Jonah Hill's dental implants. Yeah, I'm not.
Right. Yeah, that seems to be a running theme.
It definitely
Scorsese
does.
Movies.
$40 million budget, $116 million gross. So
That's
that puts
all right.
it in the kind of top 20. I was trying to find the list, but for whatever reason, I can't find my freaking list of like 95 top box office. But, I mean, triples the budget, which gets you to profitability. It's not hugely profitable, probably because like a weird thing that you don't really think about if you watch movies like a regular person is the longer the movie is, the fewer showtimes a theater can do in a single day.
Right.
So there's a reason why movies are all the same length. There's a couple of reasons. One's like people don't want to sit there for 3 hours. And the other reason is you can't show as many movies.
You're right. You can't get as many showings in.
So I'm sure that the studio's like, hey, Marty, if we cut this thing down to 2 hours, we can get freaking 4 screenings a night instead of 3. That's more money. And he's like, nuts to you.
I'm not doing that. By the way, Casino's number 44, just above Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Which is the best movie title of my lifetime. Because it didn't need to be that long. And plus, it's freaking Wesley Snipes in drag.
Yeah. It's under Just Cause with a Harvard professor, Sean Connery. Sean Connery's in that. I don't remember that.
I don't either.
It's too ahead of a Goofy movie, and I'll watch a Goofy movie twice before I watch this shit again.
Absolutely. I was trying to show a Wolf that because he's all about the Mickey Mouse people, but there's not. And he's like, "Where's Mickey? Where's Minnie?" I was like, "Just hold on a second. Tevin Campbell's about to sing. It's gonna be amazing." He's like, "I don't care about that."
I like me some Powerline.
But this thing won or was nominated for a bunch of awards.
Academy Awards. Sharon Stone was nominated for Best Actress. Golden Globes, she won Best Actress. I thought she did a great job. I liked how she played this. It was freaking crazy.
Yeah, I went on a journey with her in this movie at first. I was like, man, I just really don't like Sharon Stone that much. And then like 2 hours in, I was like, I think I just don't like this character. And maybe she's actually doing a really good job of playing someone who's a freaking strung out, hot mess. I think that's what it is.
This is just the second Sharon Stone movie this year.
Seems like 2 more than we really need to do.
Now we know. And knowing, half the battle.
Half the battle.
Best Villain, by the way, nominated MTV Movie Awards was Joe Pesci, so he was the bad guy, if you were wondering.
He was definitely a bad guy, but
that's
whole
what I was
thing
going
is
to
about
say.
the mob, so they're kind of all...
They're all bad
The
guys.
weird thing to me was that he's based on so the whole thing's based on a real story. Like the guy who wrote the screenplay with Martin Scorsese, Nicholas Pileggi, wrote a book called Casino, and it was about these real life people. The 3 of them, De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone are like based on real people who all have different names, but it's very similar to their actual lives. And I was trying to figure out, because obviously Joe Pesci is fun-sized, like how tall is the guy that he was based on? And I couldn't. His name's Tony Spilotro.
Yeah,
because I'm like, how's a guy 5'2", a mob enforcer who's like, he's like, how about a counter offer? I kick your ass.
A counter offer.
I could use a good ass kick, and I'd be perfectly frank with you. Like, how's a guy that's 5'2", like just beating the shit out of everybody? And I can't tell. I got a mugshot of the guy, but he doesn't look very tall. But I couldn't.
He's not. He is a 5'2".
All right, so that's freaking spot on, perfect casting.
Yeah, so he picked him perfectly.
Yeah, nailed it.
By the way, that guy, Tony the Ant, is his nickname. He died of blunt force trauma.
Yeah, he died of being hit in the head with a baseball bat and buried in a hole. That shit happened exactly like in the movie, including his brother was there also. Dude, so when I was reading, because I read about all three of the real characters, I was like, this movie was actually a lot like what happened for real. I like that more, knowing that.
I like it, but man, that's terrifying. People are really like this. I kind of want I want it to be a little more fantasy. So when I turn it off, I can go like, well, at least that's not real life.
The cool thing is neither of us are eligible to join the mob as made men because we don't have Italian descent through our father's side.
Yeah, sure.
Plus a whole lot of other reasons, but mainly that one.
Only time when you said maid, all I can think of is Vince Vaughn.
You lost my carpet cleaning van, and I don't like you.
Who do I give this to? Who do I give this to? Who do I give this per diem to? I know, but who do I give it?
No, this is mine.
Cardiff Giant. Cardiff Giant. You let fucking Screech in the club, but not me. Is this what we're doing?
You could watch Maid a couple times. You could watch Swingers and then Maid in the time you could watch this movie.
Yeah, both better uses of your time.
Dude, people are getting hand cramps typing comments about how stupid we are right now.
I don't care. You know what? Now that I've seen Scorsese's eyebrows, I would just swap him out for Eugene Levy and his eyebrows and have him direct this. That's where I'm at.
Sequels and spinoffs? No.
No. This is the unofficial cousin of Goodfellas, though, because everybody said this is just Goodfellas in the desert.
Everybody said this is it's basically Goodfellas Part 2.
Yeah,
and it's So, and do you remember when and where you first saw this? I actually think this is the first time I saw this.
This is definitely my first time. I mean, I've seen clips, like the part with the pen. I've seen before. I want to say the explosion in the car I've seen before, and I've definitely seen like pictures of De Niro in all his bright salmon shirts with pink jackets and all the 70s suits, but like I've never seen the movie, so this was my first
I knew
time.
I hadn't seen it. I was like, I don't remember, but maybe I saw it. I knew I hadn't seen it when the movie started, and I was like, why are the clothes so weird? It took me like 15 minutes to figure out. I was like, oh, this is in the 60s, and then the 70s, and then the 80s is like, all right, now I get it. Now I'm with you. We're all tracking. Yeah. But yeah, this was, we don't usually podcast movies are like, dude, remember we saw this when we were kids? I was like, I actually am kind of, every once in a while, I'm like, I want to go back and see one I didn't see back in the day.
Yeah. I don't think you should watch this as a kid.
Yeah. Well, true.
Right.
I mean, at the time, we're like 15 and 17.
Yeah.
This thing, by the way, was going to get an NC-17 rating just from the amount of like blood and explosions and people's heads getting clamped in vices and F words and cigarettes.
Here's the thing, though.
And they had to change some stuff up.
I really am okay with that. Like, that's not the only thing I like in it. But, like, if people are going to get killed or, like, somebody gets hit in the head, I'm like, all right, that's fine. Like, I watched Nobody, too, with Odenkirk. There's tons of blood and people getting beat up, and it's fine.
Sharon Stone.
Because it's funny. Not this. This is not, it's not the same kind of...
Isn't Sharon Stone in Nobody, too? Isn't she the villain?
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Dude, now that you say that, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Circular.
Dude, this I was actually like,
I don't
like a lot of blood and guts. Like freaking Joe Pesci had the guy's head in the vice, and his eye was literally popping out. I was like covering. I was like, I guess no one's here to tell me when this is done. I'll just wait. I'll just listen to the sound.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, that's too realistic. I don't know. Like, that's why the Saw movies are not good for me. And like,
I'm not into blood
Hostel,
and guts. I'm not.
Yeah, no.
Not into gory stuff. Well, cool. So,
So
we're both coming to this fresh. We have zero nostalgia. So,
Right.
How'd you rate it? 1 to 10, no 7s.
I didn't give it a nostalgia bump, like you said.
Yeah.
She was way too long. Seemed pretty repetitive. I get why I'm supposed to like it on the technical side, but I give it a 5.5.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I do. There's a lot that I liked about it. I liked I liked the interplay of the three leads: Joe
Yeah.
Pesci, Robert De Niro, and Sharon Stone. I liked that they're based on real people. I love seeing Vegas in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
And like all the kind of gang stuff, like they find a front man, Kevin Pollak, and then they get a loan from the Teamsters pension fund, but really it's mafia run, and then they stick Ace in there, Robert De Niro, to run things. Like, I freaking love that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I saw runtime 179 minutes, I was like, no, not done like that.
No.
It's just going to take me all week.
Just in shifts.
And there are long movies that I like Avatar.
Yeah.
And Gone with the Wind. I've never seen Gone with the Wind. 10 Commandments. Don't like that. No, I mean, like, there are long movies that I like, mainly James Cameron.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Titanic. Yeah, I was... Dude, it's also... The pacing of it felt weird. Like I said, the first hour I was super in. I loved it. I was like, this movie's pretty freaking great.
Yeah.
And then there were 2 more hours. And it felt like a kind of stream of consciousness. Like, there weren't a lot of scene or act breaks that I could really remember. I don't know. Dude, It was weird. Did you feel like that?
Yeah, no, that's exactly the perfect way to say it. Everything just
I was
kept
like,
happening.
I would edit 45 minutes out of this, but I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck was happening that I would take out. Like, there was just a million things.
When you said I loved it how they had the front man and they got the loan from the Teamsters Union and all the different people in there, all I can think of is people that I teach. If they watch this movie and they don't have headshots with people's names from the movie, they're not. They're going to lose. They're going to be like, "Who's that again? What'd that guy say when I said who's that guy?" Oh wait, that like.
Well, I think the verisimilitude that Scorsese loves about like the underboss, and then this guy's that works with these guys, and then the family out of Kansas City and how they interact back with Chicago, and these guys are the enforcers. And I get that. It's very realistic. Boring also.
Right.
Cut that way down.
I don't need any of that stuff. Just
Yeah,
why didn't
what
Don
if he just
Rickles
had
talk more?
Yeah, dude. Why didn't Don Rickles talk more? What if Joe Pesci just has a Wookiee life debt to friggin' Robert De Niro? Like, let's just make it simpler.
Yeah.
They're just going to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters. Let's blow some shit up here. So I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Nice.
There's I gave it a little bump.
Mail. We're gonna get hate.
Dude, I downgraded because it's super long and also not even that fun for being how long it was. But
Yeah.
then when I was reading about it, I was like, dude, there's the fact that it was so close to the real story is awesome. The fact that they spent like $1 million on Sharon Stone's outfits, including like recreating stuff that they'd seen pictures of her character wearing.
Nice.
Like all of that shit. I was like, dude, that's awesome. The cinematographers won multiple Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Like Scorsese, De Niro freaking never was not smoking a cigarette. It was like great.
That was crazy to me.
Dude, freaking tiny Pete Ginobili, like out there just like smashing heads was like kind of hilarious.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's a lot I liked about it. I wonder, because you can find anything on the internet, like, could I get a 2-hour cut of this? Can someone make a 2-hour cut of this movie? Is it even possible?
There's got to
be
be fan edits, right?
I don't care enough to do it, but I'm just wondering if it is possible.
I'm sure they have fan edits of it. There's a fan edit called De-Stoned that it has way less Sharon Stone in it. It's 172 minutes regular. Fan edit is 100 minutes. Got it down to an hour and a half.
Now we're talking. I might be in on that. I could be into that. Someone tell me how that is.
Oh man, removed all the major scenes with Lester and Ginger. She has no more major dialogue in any of the remaining scenes.
Yeah. I mean, she did a good job, and Lester is freaking James Wood, and he is awesome. But yeah, I could be into that. I don't know that I would have just said, like, let me lift Sharon Stone out of this movie if I was trying to cut it, but I'm not that upset.
Right.
Yeah, what's your first best scene?
Dude, I put the head in the vice scene only because how'd they do that?
I got that one too. I was freaking.
Like, I don't know.
The guy's like
it's
the guy's
brutal.
like your size, and Joe Pesci's like dragging him by the throat after like 3 days of beating on him with baseball bats to try to get the guy to give up whoever he was working with, and he's just He keeps threatening to do it the whole movie, and he actually does put the guy's head in a vice and just keeps freaking turning the handle until his eyeball pops out.
Yeah. And then he finally gives it up, and Joe Pesci's like, "That's who you're giving up? You waited this long to give up?" And he couldn't believe it.
He was super mad. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking Little Nicky is ruthless with the violence. I put it in there just because I don't know how they did it. I thought it was awesome.
That one's in there for me as well.
And I hated it as much as I loved it.
Because that's one that like I'll never forget that happened in this movie.
Right.
That was like freaking the alien exploding out of the freaking chest, or like the third tit in Total Recall. Like I'll always remember that.
She's got a third nipple. It's as clear as day.
Fuck us.
That's what I was thinking.
My first scene is when Ace, Robert De Niro, he's running the Tangiers Casino, even though he doesn't have a gambling license. He's just a freaking great odds maker, and the mafia puts him in charge of the casino, even though he's not a part of the mafia. He's just good at making them money. And one of the people that works for him is like the freaking county commissioner's nephew. Yeah, and he's a totally incompetent jackass. Yeah. And somebody ripped off the slot machines while he was watching, and De Niro's so pissed off that he fires the guy. And everyone's been telling him that he can't fire him because he's like, oh, he's a politician's nephew. You can't that's not how it works. Yeah. And the freaking county commissioner, who's just like, dude, who was that guy? God damn it, I can't remember his name.
No, I know who you're talking about. He had the bolo tie and the huge freaking hat.
Yeah.
Dang it. I got nothing.
I can't. Dude, I can't remember the actor's name, but he looks like a freaking cowboy. But he's just like, hey, he's like, I need you to just hire him back. He's like, we look the other way. We do a lot of stuff for you. And dude, and De Niro's just sitting there. He's like wearing a freaking smoking jacket and slippers like in his office. He's wearing a freaking powder blue freaking bell-bottom polyester suit.
And he doesn't have the pants on, and he has to go over and put the pants on. He's got to jiggle his foot to get it through the
and he pulls the pants on over his shoes because they're freaking bell-bottoms. And he's sitting there just smoking a cigarette. He's like, I can't do that. And the guy's like, well, maybe there's somewhere else that he could be, like away from the floor. And he's like, I can't do that. And he's like, the kid's an idiot. He's like, he's either internet or he's too stupid to work here.
Right.
And the commissioner goes like, hey, he's like, I don't know what to tell you. You're exactly right. He's incompetent. He's a screw up. But also, could you just give him a job?
Right.
And like De Niro knows that this guy can completely screw over the casino, and he's like, nah, can't do it.
Just standing. That's the hill he dies on. Why not just give him a broom to sweep something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Put him back on the fryer. Like just
give him
the
a carpet cleaning
until
van.
he quits.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I like that the cowboy guy. I wish I could also remember his name. The guy who played his nephew with the bolo tie and just was super apologetic, and he was also very dumb. He did a great job too at pretending to be like that. I thought everybody did a great job. It was just too much. Too much job. Too much of the great
everybody
job.
did a great job. First of all, the reason that he wasn't wearing pants in that scene is because the person he's based on, whose name was Frank Rosenthal, was really like OCD about always having his pants not have any wrinkles. So that's why in that scene he's in there in his freaking drawers, and he's like, just tell him 1 minute, and he goes to the closet and he's like stepping into his pants. It's because the actual character wanted his shit to be crisp all the time, rocking the khakis with a cuff in the crease.
Jeez, that's a lot of work for not that much comeback. Like I don't care about wrinkles, but I don't run a casino, so don't ask me.
I in general don't want to be wearing pants if I don't have to, but it's not because I care about wrinkles. It's because pants are stupid. But dude, again, shout out Scorsese to just go like, yeah, just put on your pants as part of the scene, because the real guy didn't like his pants to be wrinkled.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's my second one. What's your second one?
My second one is get your feet off the table. Like Ace is trying to manage the casino, and he's got to deal with stupid cowboy who's got his shoes off and his feet up on the table.
Yeah. And
he sends Don Rickles over there, Mr. Potato Head, to go tell him something. And he comes back and he's like, yeah, he's not budging. And he goes over there and talks to the guy, tries the nice way, and he doesn't do it. And he ends up using his head to open the door he gets his goons to come and take him out. And then it ends up being Joe Pesci's boy or whatever. And then he gets beat up again by Joe Pesci after Joe Pesci finds out that he took his shoes off and put them up on the table.
Dude,
whole scene.
Joe Pesci doesn't beat him up because he had his feet on the table. He's upset about that, but he beats him up because he was calling De Niro names.
Right.
When he wouldn't leave. And freaking Joe Pesci's just like hitting him in the head with the phone.
Yeah.
And this dude is like 6'4",
way bigger than
Pesci's like climbing up on a table to hit him over the head.
Just
that was great.
Diving at him with a sock full of nickels.
Dude, well, the thing I liked about De Niro, about Ace in this movie, is that he is like a freaking cold-blooded sociopath, and he never raises his hand to anybody. He's just like smoking a cigarette. He's like, take that guy and smash his head through the door and then throw him out on the street.
Yeah.
And like he goes into the back room. Remember when the guys are counting cards and like signaling each other? He goes in the back room and he like asks him, he's like, which hand is you right-handed? And they have the guys like stretched out, his hands are on the table.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, I'm right-handed. And De Niro just like gives the guy a head nod. He freaking smashes the guy's hand with a hammer.
Oh, Christ. No,
and then they bring his partner in, and his buddy's like freaking hands all smashed up. And De Niro just tells his partner, and the guy's like, I'm so sorry, I made a bad mistake. And he's like, you can leave with $100,000, but you get the hammer, or you can walk out with nothing and both hands. He's like, both hands.
Yeah.
I was like, God, this
I don't want to.
freaking...
I don't want to cheat at cards. I don't want to deal with Robert De Niro or Joe Pesci or the mob. I'm not good with any of this.
Well, you live in the wrong place if you don't want to deal with the mob, because there's freaking Italians all over that bitch.
I just don't go eat it. I don't know, S&S, wherever. I don't know
wherever the mob hangs out. I'm Italian. I should probably know that, but it's from my mother's
Murphy's.
Dude, by the way, the black book that Nikki got into for being like they banned him from all the casinos.
Yeah,
that's a real thing. And it's public record. You can click on it right now and read who the people are that are banned from every casino in Nevada.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Joe Pesci, the person,
you know how many people
got
are on
kicked
it right now?
How many?
37.
Nice.
Like
Joe Pesci got kicked out and the actor Joe Pesci got kicked out and said, "We're going to ban you from this casino. We're going to put your name in the book." And he was like, "That's when I learned about that."
Yeah. That's
because
a real thing. It's public
ruckus.
record. You can click on it and see the pictures of the people. There's fewer people in that book than there are who have been president of America. It's ridiculous.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to do a lot. Normally they just crush your hand and make it look like it got caught in a cotton gin. They take you in the back
room, they hit you with a sack full of nickels or with a rubber hose or with a phone book. And then if you do it again, then they put you in a hole out of the desert.
Yeah. I don't want that either.
I don't even like Vegas. I like... Dude, you and I have been to Vegas together. It's like worse buffets than the friggin' Bay St. Louis, and I don't like to gamble.
Dude, when Kat and I went there, the whole time, I mean, the highlight was obviously the Bacchanal buffet, and when we got to the front, they were like, I said 2 buffets, and the lady was like, would you like a bucket of beer or maybe some champagne? I was like, no, ma'am, just 2 buffets. She's like, all right, that'll be $163.80, and I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? Dude, it's a huge buffet. And we sat there for like 2 hours because we were waiting for Boyz II Men. Everything other than what I just said was god-awful. And people were like, you don't like Vegas? You could drink on the street here. I was like, yeah, we're from New Orleans. Yeah, but they got food everywhere. Yeah, we're from New Orleans. No. They have like live music and stuff too. Yeah, we're from, like, it's like a less humid, more hot New Orleans. It's god-awful. It's not for me.
Yeah, I would think the last time I went was probably in it was like 15 years ago at least, maybe more. And I was with buddies of mine from college, and then we went to one of the buffets. It was the same situation, but we went to like the brunch, and even the brunch was like, I don't know, $40. But the cool thing is, they don't make you leave.
They don't. We sat there for a while.
We sat there for like 3.5, 4 hours. Like we went through like it was brunch and then it was lunch, and I think they were moving into after lunch before we ever finally left. And I was like, well, dude, I definitely ate $38 worth of food, but it didn't seem like it was worth it because now the rest of my week is ruined.
Well, that sounds like us big time. Because Kat was at a convention. That's why we were there. So I'm talking to people as I'm walking around. And I'm like, where's a good restaurant? Oh, have you tried this Mexican restaurant? You're going to love it. I'm like, yeah, cool. So we get an Uber. We get in the car. We're driving for a really long time away from the strip. We get to this place. And the outside of the building is neon everything. And it is a strip club that shares a building with a Mexican restaurant. And Kat was like, absolutely not. So we didn't even get to try it. But everybody said it was really good. And I really wish I could have tried it.
Yeah, just eat there for the articles.
For the articles. I was just about to say the articles.
Yeah, dude, I don't care. I think Vegas is fascinating as a town that shouldn't exist and was built so that people can give their money to first crime families and now corporations. I don't care. I've been there 15 times. I don't need to ever go again. But
it's too warm for me. It's a dry heat, though. It's a dry
heat. Yeah, dude, I played pickup basketball one summer in Vegas. It was like 118 in the shade. And I was like, hey, this is great. This was before you could get IVs, just like regular people.
Yeah.
Anyway, my third scene is I couldn't figure out. I think I'm going to do the last scene voiceover. So it's like the scam is unraveling. So they're skimming money. The mafia is skimming money from the casinos. And in real life, Robert De Niro's character, his name is Lefty and not Ace, is running 4 casinos, and they're skimming money back for the Chicago crime family.
Yeah.
And it gets uncovered because the FBI's wiretapping some knucklehead, and he just dumps the whole thing out.
Yeah.
And then the mafia just starts, in true mafia fashion, killing everybody. And they tried to blow up Robert De Niro's character, except because he was in some kind of freaking Cadillac Eldorado that had a plate mounted under the driver's seat that General Motors had done to balance the weight distribution of the car.
Nice.
It blew up, but he didn't die. And so then, and the mob was like, we never sanctioned blowing him up. That guy makes us a lot of money. But so Robert De Niro is doing the voiceover. His car's blowing up. I'm seeing that, and I'm hearing him do the voiceover. And then right after that, he's talking about how Vegas stopped being in that, like they demolished all the old casinos and they built a bunch of new ones, and now they're all owned by corporations instead of owned by the mob.
Right.
And he's just talking about how his Vegas from the 60s, 70s, and 80s became the modern Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was like, that whole scene, if I can count that voiceover, car explosion, and like the freaking transition to how Vegas is now, that is awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I would watch that 10 minutes again.
Yeah, and when they were showing like the pyramid, whatever one that one is, like the MGM. Yeah, and the MGM with the big lion, and they showed that. Yeah, that part was cool. I didn't know what to put for my third scene. The whole time I was just like, well, I don't really like the pen scene where he is standing at the bar and he's like, is this your pen? And the guy gets all mad and tells him to shove it up his butt or whatever. And then Joe Pesci comes over there and just starts stabbing the guy. Apparently that was mostly improvised by Joe Pesci. He said, I told the story to Marty Scorsese about a mobster I knew when I was a little kid that killed a guy with a pen. So we were there and I was just supposed to argue with the guy, but I figured why not just start stabbing him. So then Steve stabbed the guy, and he was just going to town. I didn't want to put that, but then when I read that article about him improvising, and I was like, yeah, I'm putting that on there. So that's my third scene.
Dude, I'm glad you did, because it was pretty early in the movie. It's showing the backstory of the two characters being friends before they both moved to Vegas. It just shows you how absolutely freaking psychotic Joe Pesci's character was, Nicky.
So crazy.
I can't, I mean, like, I don't want to live in a world where if someone insults me with words, that someone might get stabbed.
Yeah, but dude, I keep thinking the whole time, I'm 47. I talk a lot of shit. I've never been in a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like the last time I got punched was in 4th grade, and I was like in the middle of changing clothes for basketball practice, and I didn't even see it coming. I was like, why'd you do that? It's like, I don't know. It's like, well, don't do it again. Like that's the level of violence I'm comfortable with.
Right. I mean, I've gotten hit in the face when I was trying to break up fights.
Yeah.
But I'm not fighting anybody. Jesus.
I see a Russian tank rolling down Flatbush Avenue. I don't give a fuck.
Here, take this gun. I'm not doing anything with that. Well, so there's a lot of words in this movie. Did you have any quotes?
There's so many words. I was trying to look up some of the scenes. There's a couple. I like the Ace Rothstein, the Robert De Niro character, had a bunch of had a bunch of quotes. I was trying because he's doing voiceover throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
The one of the ones I had down was he's talking about running a casino, and he's like, in the casino, the cardinal rule is to keep them playing and to keep them coming back. The longer they play, the more they lose, and in the end, we get it all. Yeah, and that quote happens over the. Yeah, dude. There's this whale, this Japanese gambler who comes in, wins $2 million from the casino, and gets ready to go back to. I think maybe it was actually Chinese.
Yeah,
and so he's getting back on the casino's private plane to fly back with all the money, and De Niro fakes a plane problem, and then somehow manages to make sure the commercial flights are all booked up.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, we're so sorry about that, Mr. Whatever. Come stay. We got you comped. And then
we'll put you in the penthouse. Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy freaking stays and gives all the money back. And then another $1 million. It's like, dude, I know if that exact thing didn't happen, that type of thing has happened a bunch.
Dude, and the weird thing is I keep hearing, because you know how prevalent sports gambling is now. Well, I have a bunch of students that are pretending to be 18, and they're all on sports gambling, and they keep telling me, Mr. Horn, it's a lock. I'm telling you, you need to do this one because I'm gonna get it. I'm like, dude, you're not going to make enough money to live like that. I'm going to go to the casino. I'm good at cards. You don't even know. I'm like, yeah, okay. The casino always wins, man. That's not a thing.
Yeah. You need to show those kids rounders.
They don't. You think they could watch Rounders? They couldn't sit through that. It takes too long. There's too much talking and yapping and yearning for
the love that will never be.
Dude,
valuable, killing and fornication.
Killing and fornication. Dude, my first quote is Ace 2. He said, there's 3 ways of doing things around here. The right way, the wrong way, and the way that I do it. I like that. I might start using that at school because I don't do stuff the right way.
Yeah.
But I don't do it the wrong way either. So that was my first one.
I like that one. I'm not a huge rule follower. I don't want to go to jail, but I'm also 55. I go 59, 60. It's fine. No big deal. Yeah. But I like that one too. The next one I had was also from De Niro. This was another voiceover quote. He's talking about he's getting to be a well-known person in Vegas. He's shaking hands politicians are coming up. He's giving them free shit and hooking them up with stuff. And the voiceover is back home they would have put me in jail for what I'm doing, but out here they gave me the key to the city.
Yeah, that's freaking great. I'm getting awards.
And I like how they kept saying stuff like that the whole time. It's hey, it's Vegas. You just do. Nicky had a quote at one point. He's this place is like a morality car wash. It's it just washes away your sins.
Yeah. Dude, he had a lot when his voiceovers came on. His were pretty good too. There was one where he was talking about the underboss Piscano. That's one of my quotes. Where he's like, this guy could F up a cup of coffee. He was just trying to show him how inept this one underboss was. And that's the guy that ended up getting them all busted. So,
yeah. And dude, do you know that so they're in a grocery store in Kansas City. He's he's keeping the records of all the casino skimming. He's the guy he's the point person for that operation. It's all running through him.
Yeah.
And he's standing in this little family grocery store in Kansas City, talking to some of his buddies. The other thing I liked about this movie is that all of the mafia enforcers are all dudes that are in their 70s.
Yeah.
They all look like they're going to be wheeling an oxygen tank around and playing Keno and shit, and they're just hitting people over the head with baseball bats.
That's what I don't understand. It feels like if you're I don't know, in good shape, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, unless they use the gun like they did a lot of times. But yes, if you some of those mafia guys with baseball bats would be I could just run away from you. I feel okay about that. But then his old Italian mom is there, and he's going around. He's these fucking guys, and his mom's hey, language. He's all right, sorry, guys. You can tell I'm getting upset. She's you don't need to talk like that. So it's a freaking great. He's talking about mafia shit and how he's going to murder a bunch of people and how everyone's effing him over. And his 90-year-old Italian mother's language, while, making soup and shit. And the mom is Martin Scorsese's actual mom.
Yeah, Catherine Scorsese. I saw that because I recognized her. Dude, also in the background, it was just being somebody who goes to the grocery for my household, I was super upset. I was like, what the?
With the prices.
Yeah, a head of lettuce was 15 cents. I was like, God damn it. I buy lettuce at the grocery now. I just walk out and put it directly in the trash because it's already bad. Like, I don't.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let me just throw this away here instead of having to do it at my house.
Right. My last quote, Ace Rothenstein. He is talking to a baker because he is sitting there and eating a blueberry muffin. And the person he's eating with, I can't remember if it's Joe Pesci or not.
It's Kevin Pollak.
Kevin Pollak, that's right.
Who's the front man for the casino.
Right.
He's like the legitimate business person.
And he's
the president of the casino.
great. He's great. He has more blueberries in his blueberry muffin than
Dude, way
De Niro
more. I would have
does.
been pissed.
Yeah, it was.
If I was running that shit, I would have been back there talking to the kitchen too. De Niro's blueberry muffin was like, it was just all muffin. There's like no blueberries.
Yeah, it was
and
just
Kevin
cake.
Pollak's was like just a fistful of blueberries with some like
right in the
frosting
middle.
on.
And he's like, I want an equal amount of blueberries in each muffin. He's like, you know how long it's going to take? He's like, I don't care how long it takes. Put an equal amount in each muffin. That's freaking great. If the minutia that he worries about is the reason they're making tons of money.
Well, dude, so first thing is that it's actually not that hard to make that happen because you just do the muffin batter and then pour it into the muffin tin and then go add the blueberries later. It's not hard at all to get the right amount of blueberries in every one. I don't know what the fuck that guy's problem was. Two is that the Frank Rosenthal, lefty, who's run all these casinos, actually was that detail-oriented. Like, he was the first person who put a sports book inside of a casino, which now every casino in Vegas has a huge sports book.
Yeah.
He was the first one who had female blackjack dealers, and they said they doubled the money they made in blackjack in the first year that he did that. So he actually was that obsessive and detail-oriented and innovative.
Anything worth
run
doing.
The casinos.
Yeah.
He was Jimmy Dugan in that shit.
Yeah, he was.
I think my third quote, I was trying to think about it, is like I wanted to capture something about the kind of like triangle between the three characters, and it was the one from the trailer where Joe Pesci, like friggin' Sharon Stone's all mad because De Niro won't give her money for cocaine or whatever she's mad about. She's a junkie at this point.
Or James Wood, yeah.
Yeah, and she's also sleeping with Joe Pesci, and she's like, she just comes there, she's all freaking strung out, and she's crying. She's like, that's it. She's like, just kill him. Can't you just kill him? And Joe Pesci's this like angry Joe Pesci's like, he's like, I only got for 35 years. You think I'm gonna whack him because of you?
Yeah, that dynamic between him and Sharon Stone, that kept building the tension, and I didn't like it. So
I thought that was super interesting because they apparently in the mob world, which I know nothing about, like De Niro knew that his freaking mob enforcer buddy was sleeping with his strung out cokehead wife, and he didn't care. And Nicky knew that he knew and didn't care, but they both had to keep it a secret because the mob doesn't like that. They're like, if they find out if you're sleeping with someone else's wife, they'll just kill everyone involved. They're big on, just being married and staying married. I'm like, I like how they didn't care, but they had to keep it a secret anyway. I
don't like cheating like that, so I'm going to murder someone. Which one's worse? Are they both bad? They're both bad.
Yeah. So I like I do love the moral relativism from the mob. I like that. I like that dynamic. Although Sharon Stone's a good actress, because if I was looking at Joe Pesci's freaking hairpiece, and I was like, here we go, we're gonna make out. I was like, I don't think I can do it.
She's such a good actress. She should have got that Golden Globe. You know why? Joe Pesci's hairpiece.
Yeah, man. I think that's my third quote, because I thought that dynamic, if I'm cutting the movie down, I'm not cutting that part out. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I get it.
All right, dude. Let's do characters. Top three characters. Who you got?
The three on the poster.
That's what I got, man.
Yeah.
I really like James Woods. I really like Kevin Pollak. I really like Don Rickles, but none of them were really in the movie enough.
Right.
To like.
Right.
And for as long a movie this is, and for as big of a scale, as many like sets as there aren't that many actors.
Yeah, there are a bunch of actors, but none of them are big like scene-stealing spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Joe Pesci. Everybody said he's just playing his Goodfellas character again, but I like
how he's the muscle.
I think that's great.
I think a 5'2" angry Italian person is great muscle. And I like
he's based on Anthony.
Methodical.
Yeah, he's based on Anthony Spilotro, who is a real mafia enforcer named Tony the Ant. And the reason that his nickname was Tony the Ant is that the mob got a hold of an FBI wiretap where the FBI agent referred to him as a little pissant. And the newspapers couldn't write pissant, so they just called him Tony the Ant.
Tony the Ant. Nice.
And then that got to be his name. And he really did get killed by the mob for the shit that happened in this movie.
That's
with
cool.
his brother in a cornfield and got buried there.
I don't want to be buried in a cornfield.
I don't want to be killed with a baseball bat after I watch my brother get killed. I don't want any of that.
No, I don't want any of that. They were both breathing when they started covering him up with dirt. They were alive.
Yeah.
I also put Sharon Stone in there because she was an emotional hurricane. That was she did a great job.
She did a really good
crazy.
job.
And
Yeah, super
take
crazy.
her out of the movie, and I'll still maybe watch it, like the fan edit. But she did great.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I'm not like a huge. If I look at her movies, I'm like, there's nothing that she did that I think is like. None of my movies are Sharon Stone movies. Like she's in some stuff, she's fine to good, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't think she's not one of my favorites. And but when I read interviews with her and I hear her talk about her life and her career, I like her. I'm like this.
Yeah,
like she seems like she's badass. But yeah, I just never think her performances are like incredible. Because I was thinking like if I put like. I don't know, just pick somebody, like Laura Dern or somebody in this role.
Yeah.
Like, it would probably be, I mean, it's harder to pitch her as, like, the hottest showgirl in Vegas.
right.
But, like, I could put a bunch of actresses in this part.
Yeah, no, I see that. I could see that.
Yeah. But, dude, I do like Sharon Stone. And I like that the costumers spent $1 million on a lot of it just on her outfits. She also said, because this is based on real people and they were in Vegas, she said she kept getting, like, notes from people. It's like, hey, I knew Jerry, the real person, who actually did OD in L.A., just like it showed in the movie. Nice. They're like, meet me in this corner. I'll be wearing a blue shirt. I'll tell you some stories. And one of the people who met Sharon Stone and told her stories about Jerry said that her favorite song was B.B. King's The Thrill Is Gone.
Oh, nice.
And so she would listen to it on set all the time, and Scorsese was like, what are you listening to? And Sharon Stone told her the story, and then they put that song in the movie.
They did, yeah. That was good.
So I'm like, they did a bunch of shit to like keep this as real could be. Which is cool.
That's awesome. The soundtrack is killer, by the way. You're right.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. And then De Niro's the third character we both got. He's great. I was
methodical, obsessive, just he's perfect.
He's really good. And I mean, De Niro's like, I freaking love that guy. And
yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, I don't really ever see him in stuff where it's like, I didn't like that much.
Right.
Like at least as far as his performance go, I don't know what it is about.
I didn't realize he's 82 now.
Well, I remember seeing him on one of the roasts, and he looked it.
Yeah, he's pretty old. 82's that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's no Dick Van Dyke, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I think he also has a daughter though that's like a baby, doesn't he?
That sounds right. Let's see. He's got 7 children.
Jeezy crazy. Oh yeah, his daughter Gia. He fathered when he was 79 with his girlfriend Tiffany Chen. He is
That'll
one
be cool.
of the
They can be in
oldest,
diapers at the same times.
oldest fathers on record.
I don't look, dude. Being a father is by far the coolest thing in the world. But if you ask me if I want to have a kid when I'm 80, I promise you it's a no. That's a no from me.
Well, I hate to tell you, there's a guy named James E. Smith that was 101 when he had a baby in 1951.
All right. That's the hard-hitting information that you come to us for.
That's pretty old. Yeah, that's old. He's an old dude. All right.
Man.
What about director? Scorsese?
So Scorsese's the director. He also co-writes the script with Nicholas Pileggi, who writes the book about these real people.
Yeah.
And he wrote the Goodfellas script with Scorsese. They work together on that. He starts working on this project while they're doing Goodfellas. And he's like, I'm going to write this book, and then maybe we could adapt it as a screenplay. And Scorsese's like, why don't you let's do the screenplay first, and you write the book later.
Yeah.
But he was Oscar nominated for the adaptation of Goodfellas in 1990, Nicholas Pileggi.
Nice.
So they wrote this together. He wrote the book. Scorsese directed the movie.
He's a consigliere.
Consigliere. What is this, Chrome? I can see my reflection.
That is one of the best Robert De Niro movies.
Yeah, dude, analyze this. Fantastic. They're doing another Meet the Fuckers or whatever, Meet the Parents. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to go.
I can't get it up. What, you mean sexually? No, for the big game against Michigan.
I have nipples, fucker. Could you milk me? We were talking about this before because neither of us are huge Scorsese fans. He's done some movies that we really like. Like we were doing The Aviator, I really like, and Wolf of Wall Street, I really like.
Yeah.
And like even like Cape Fear, Color of Money. But a lot, I was like, dude, I think it's like, it seems like half of his movies are about the mafia. It seems like too many. And all of them are way too long. And so I figured it out. He's got, I think, 19 feature films.
Nice.
And the average runtime of those 19 feature films is 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Oof.
The longest is The Irishman, 209 minutes. Are you kidding me? 3.5 hours.
That's way too much. But I mean,
and the shortest one is freaking like Color of Money, which is great. And then Cape Fear is 128 minutes. Cape Fear is really good. Freaking Edward Norton is terrifying in that movie.
Yeah.
So it's like we recognize that Scorsese is a director of immense skill, and everybody he works with is incredible. But it's just like it's just not right. It's not my jam.
It's not my jam either.
Yeah,
not
dude, give me some explosions.
Right.
Speaking of explosions, I found a little factoid that Michael Mann, who directed De Niro in another great movie that we did this year, Heat. He had an NBC crime show in the early 1980s that he created and ran. It's called Crime Story. And one of the lead characters was also based on Tony the Ant, Tony Spilotro. And it's because Michael Mann went to high school with the actual guy, Tony Spilotro.
Lord, that's crazy.
Which explains kind of why Michael Mann is into mafia stuff.
Yeah.
He grew up with these dudes. That's wild.
Are we at the age where we would already know if somebody's going to be that, and we could say like, oh, we went to high school with that guy, and he's
dude. The people that we went to high school with have already accomplished everything that they're going to accomplish, including me and you. And it's mostly none of us have done anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this picture.
Just another person taking a shit that ends up in a river.
The river.
I don't recognize any of you.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
We get down to like 30,000 feet of shit. Just lanes opening up on the highway.
We could all go to the Super Bowl. Shit, 22 of you are playing.
Shoot a bald eagle right in the head. You're shitting on my tank.
Drive a tank.
But yeah, man, do you have anything else on the writers or directors or any bonus stuff?
I don't. This was Scorsese's first time digitally editing the movie.
Nice.
That was a new technical chapter in his career.
Yeah, and there was some cool stuff about the production. Like they shot in Super 38, and it's because Scorsese knew it was going to be released on it'd have to go to TV, and he really hates pan and scan. So he's like, we shoot in Super 38, and we can crop every single shot to make it look the way it's supposed to. I don't want to do pan and scan. Yeah. And I was like, that's actually pretty awesome, because then I think the next movie he does in Super 38, you can do it digitally, but in this one they're actually having to like, the cinematographer's like, I don't want to do that. And he didn't do Super 38 again until he did Kill Bill, where they could do it digitally to adapt it for TV.
Nice.
But yeah, there's some cool stuff like that. They filmed this thing in the actual Riviera casino at night.
Yeah, it was a bunch of dealers and like people that worked there that were pretending to be patrons. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you really like this movie, I do recommend you go and read at least the Wikipedia pages of the 3 people that this movie is based on, because it's kind of crazy how accurate the story was, even though they did change a lot of stuff. Like, they changed all their names, they changed some of the cities, but, like, a lot of it was so, like, the freaking car explosion and her OD and him getting freaking killed in the field with his like, all that shit is exactly how it went down.
That's the scary part. They could have left the cities the same and made the other part fantasy. That's terrifying.
He could have died in his sleep peacefully, not screaming like the passengers in his car. Did you have any
Buckle
worst?
up. We lost. This is a bad blasting zone. We lost Billy.
The only worst I had is the length. I want movies to be shorter.
Yeah, length and repetition. 3 hours?
And the
Goodfellas
pacing I
in the
did think was
desert.
weird. I don't know. I do
was.
think that there was so much going on with this movie that now that I know more about the real story, I probably would enjoy it more if I watched it again. But I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Dude, dense narration, freaking deliberate pacing like it was. It just felt overwhelming. I don't know. It's too repetitive. Old
man.
tech, it's 70s and 80s. Political incorrectness, they said a lot of racial slurs.
They said a lot of racial slurs.
Yeah.
The old tech, real quick, at one point in time, Robert De Niro gave Sharon Stone a Bieber for her to carry on her all the time, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah. Did you see it, though? It was the size of a manila envelope.
Yeah, dude. She was ginormous.
It's huge.
Yeah, political incorrectness, a lot of people called a lot of other people inappropriate names that we're not allowed to repeat.
Yeah. Misogyny, domestic violence, racial slurs, all of that stuff.
Regular violence. Eyeballs
Even-
popping out of the skull.
Even for 95, that's tough to watch even on 95 standards. Like,
Yeah, dude. And just the cigarette smoking would have got him an R rating. Forget about all the violence.
oh man, he was lighting a lot of cigarettes. Do people
Dude.
get addicted when they do that? They gotta. Like
Well, I think in Hollywood, it's like, first of all, smoking a cigarette, we've talked about this in the podcast, it looks freaking awesome on camera, and it gives you something to do with your hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. So it's great for movies, and also it's an appetite suppressant, so everyone in Hollywood wants to be skinny anyway. It's like I think they all wish you could still smoke and it not be R-rated, because they would all still be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's cool. It just happens to kill you, so you can't do it.
All the cool stuff happens to kill you.
Yeah. This, that other guy.
Bacon.
All right, 5 questions. Is it okay for kids? Absolutely
God
not.
Christ, no.
I had to
It
cover
is-
my eyes. I'm 45. I had to cover my eyes at one point.
Yeah, brutal violence, pervasive strong language, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extreme. Drug use, all kinds of stuff.
Would it get made if it were pitched now? I think Scorsese's still making it.
Yeah.
He just did Kings of New York like not that long ago, and The Irishman.
The Irishman is the one I want to see Killers of the Flower Moon. So when I get a week off of work, I'm going to try to knock that out.
Yeah, over Christmas holidays.
Yeah, dude, I don't like. Is it a TV show? Could you make
It
this
seems like it would
The
be a great-
Sopranos?
It'd be
You
a
know
great
what I'm
TV
saying?
show.
Yeah,
It seems like
You
it would
could,
be a great TV
really
show.
delve into all the characters. Show like
Yeah.
a multi-season TV series would be great.
I felt like I watched 2 seasons of this already.
yeah, friggin' that's a lot.
Like I watched 16 to 20 episodes in this one movie.
Yeah. I don't know who you put in this. I mean, this seems like it would be our wheelhouse. It's a bunch of old people, but you need
Yeah,
old
right.
people that are like can be angry. I don't
Well,
know.
when I was thinking about could it be a TV show, I immediately thought about Breaking Bad, where it's like a bunch of kind of horrible people that are really. I was like, who in the Breaking Bad universe? Like obviously Bryan Cranston would be an easy one, but I kind of don't see him in any of these parts.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see him in these two. I don't know.
I can definitely see Jonathan. What's his name? The guy that plays Mike Ehrmantraut. Jonathan Banks. He could definitely be in the TV version of this because he is freaking a perfect mafia guy.
I've never seen Breaking Bad, so I don't know what you're talking about. But I know the idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got nothing. Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio. That's who he picks for all his movies now. So,
I don't blame him because
Yeah.
that's one of my favorites. Wolf of Wall Street is, I think, probably my favorite Scorsese movie.
yeah. Can we bring in Tom Hardy to play Little Nicky? He's not super small, but he feels like he could be angry. But he's not Italian.
Well,
a
the thing
different
is, like,
guy.
dude, he was Bane, so like I believe that he could be cracking heads. I need someone that's like, dude, there's no way. When in
Right.
real life, that's how big the guy was. Like, who's
Right.
the like littlest guy?
That wears an oversized Yankees T-shirt and underwear to sleep in.
Yeah, I'd have to get like Fred Savage for that.
That's who it's going to be. What would you do?
Can you still watch and enjoy this movie in 2025? Yeah, I mean,
No, because it's October and you won't be able to finish it before the end of the year.
you better really step on it if you want to get it done in 2025, dude. the acting is really well done. If you're interested in
is.
that period of
It
Vegas,
is.
Scorsese is obviously very good at his job. And so is the cinematographer, whose name we didn't mention because we don't know enough about movies. But dude, I just she's long, buddy.
Yeah, super long.
Get
But-
started now so you won't miss Thanksgiving.
But it is it's long. There's that too. Don't forget it's also
available apparently on Amazon Prime.
nice.
Maybe on Netflix, but Netflix does a thing where it's like, hey, you want to watch Casino? It's like, just kidding, we don't have it anymore.
We don't have that, but here's some other movies that feel like Casino.
We have Casino Royale. Is that good? Is that enough?
You can watch it twice. Really get the feeling of the 3 hours.
All right, I think we got it done.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. And we're gonna do Pocahontas.
Ooh. Colors of the
So,
Wind.
Yeah.
The history teacher in me is going to come out big time. I'm going to try to turn that down a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Start debunking how much stuff didn't really happen the way
All
that
of it.
happened in Pocahontas.
All of it.
Pretty much all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The closest thing to real is the talking raccoon. That's like, no. No, we'll talk about it.
All right. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Pocahontas. Thank you guys
Nice.
for listening. Vaya con Dios.
Bye, con Dios.
Please subscribe.